Hey guys, StarCraft here, and I'm back from C2E2, and what does it say? Hey guys, StarCraft here, and I'm back from C2E2, and well, it was a wild adventure, a really crazy ride. I'll probably do a video soon to summarize everything that happened, but I figured I'd just get back started talking about my stories again, and well, okay, I know I did a poll, and I know this one was on the poll, and it didn't win, but you know what? I'm still going to talk about it anyway. I'm still in the mood to talk about it because I've been rereading through it ever since I got the hardcover, and this will be quick, short, because it's fun and silly, and I think the ones I want to talk about are the ones that are more eager, which I'll probably admit is probably why Invisible is going to take a long time for me to get to. I will get to it, but it's going to take me a while to read through it. So what am I talking about? Claw and Wolverine Black Cat Claws number 1 and number 2 by Jimmy Palmiotti, Justin Gray, and Jospeh Michael Linsner. And, well, how did this come about? Well, Linsner's been known for doing the character of Dawn. Marvel gave him the option to create and to do whatever he wants, pick whatever characters he wants, and he picks Black Cat and Wolverine. Both have claws. That's it. Then he has Jimmy and Justin to come up with a crazy story and to work around it, and well, that's what we get. And it's insane. It is one of those team ups that you think, how can this possibly work? And at the same time, it does in its own way. And this is Felicia the way I love her best. Flirty, mostly heroic, which she has the heart of a hero, even though she's still trying to look out for herself. And sexy as all hell. And Wolverine, what else can you expect? As you see here, going for the more shorter Wolverine, not the Hugh Jackman one. They kind of changed him into being. And just a second. Sorry about that. So let's dive right in, shall we? As it opens up with Felicia, well, doing what she usually does, running across the roof steps, when all of a sudden, Spidey swings in and he's going in for the smooch. When did Spidey become a horn dog? And this was around the time of the marriage, I believe. So, yeah. But I do love this, how basically she tells him to pucker up and, well, smacks that fine ass of hers. Again, and I do like how he kind of goes for a very buggy Spidey, and that's what she goes for, a very buggy Spidey. As he's, they're going in, for a fight. They're just messing around, still being overly flirty. Even says, hey, I'm not known for my maturity. Pull your mask down. You're drooling. Can you blame him with that view? Now, where was I? All right. Then Spidey tries to web her and gets a pigeon instead. Poor thing. Somebody better call PETA. Then he's swinging after her, and then that's kind of funny looking. As well, these are him days. She then takes off, and then we see Wolverine at an airport, and yep, he's going through the usual metal detector. Beep 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 beep. Of course. And as he's being scanned, all of a sudden, then the guard is starting making interesting things, like saying maybe about your keys are in your teeth, teeth in his cavities. We didn't find out it's Emma Frost, just talking to the guard, messing with him as Cyclops is cracking up in the background. Again, it's just wackiness right off the bat. As a second, just 1 second. Sorry about that. I had a response to do, but hold on again. Door moved open. But anyway, Wolverine. This is just a hilarious romp as it is. As we then see Felicia doing her usual thing, sneaking in, finding a ruby, but then finds out something is very off about it. It feels hollow. All of a sudden, it pops, opens up, and then gasses her as she's knocked out. And then all of a sudden, then the whole area turns into a rocket and takes off with her in it, completely unaware of what's going on. Meanwhile, Wolverine's on board the plane as gas starts to fill in the room as well. As he runs in, finds everyone knocked out as he tries to fly it, but then eventually the gas overtakes him as he also passes out and, well, crashes. Then they both wake up as they find they're being surrounded by a bunch of mercenaries, led by, of all people, Kraven the Hunter. Yeah, what? And yeah, they're in cages. He's just being all like, your quarry is wide awake. I suggest you take this time to set up your positions and prepare for the hunt of a lifetime, as he tells to all the mercenaries. And it's kind of funny. In a later bit, and later on in the bonus features and all this, let me find it. Linsner basically said that he based Kraven off of all people, a mix between Jesse Ventura and Frank Zappa. I think that's an interesting choice. Also, another interesting thing, I'll get to later actually for Felicia's outfit, but basically, even Felicia points out, this guy is bogus. Kraven the Hunter is dead and gone. So how about you tell us exactly who you are? As he's just taunting them and Wolverine just strikes at the bars, not doing much of anything as he's, well, again, taunting them, cleaning out his teeth with them as he's getting everyone ready. And basically, as Lynch also points out, Felicia's claws are like industrial strength claws in this case. As you can see right there. See? Designed perfectly to enhance her striking ability. And it's basically they're let go and sent running out into the forest to be hunted. As the two are, well, they're bickering. Throughout the whole thing, they're arguing what to do. Looks like they're about to get a moment, but then he has like, hey, since you have the bulletproof skull, why don't you take a peek? He looks up and realizes missiles are coming on. What did you see? Paid. As the explosion goes off and they are sent flying, as then Wolverine is constantly filled with arrows. Felicia keeps on dodging them, and she says, "What are you, a sadomasochist?" As yeah, they keep on fighting their way through, take out one guy. They keep on running, and and I love this. He's telling her to stop, reach over, grabs her cleavage. Hey, watch the hands. What was that like about how Lynch is drawing her is you can definitely tell she has a rag, but it's not like the boing boing that someone like Terry Dodson would draw her in. Which, again, it's fine, but then Wolverine realizes there's landmines in the ground. But these are the type that also has shrapnel, these little spikes that go through. So he decides he's just going to go charging on through. But all of a sudden a grenade lands nearby, realizing it's going to set him off, so she charges in. And I love it. He's running through while she just keeps on leaping and flipping right over. Which, again, she comes out perfectly fine, and he's the one completely in pain, as there's also poison in the spikes within the landmines. Felicia eventually lands in the water, and as she gets out, you just probably notice something about her mask. It's like a full head mask that her hair somehow moves over. This was because Lynch here wanted to avoid what he would dub the idiot's mask, which is, the domino mask and everything. That's what he thought of it was. He saw of it as an idiot mask that only idiots wouldn't recognize. So he decided to go along with with something different. And yeah, I kind of like that. And then Felicia is just beating up on the guy and everything. Just trying to figure out how to get out of there. Then Wolverine takes out one guy's leg, just keeps on going as, again, more of these mercenaries are firing at them. Again, the artwork on this is very good. Stylized, but still tells the story. He almost falls into a bit of spike, and then there's, Kraven as Felicia swings in, slashes at one, grabs the gun, points it right at Kraven, and pulls the trigger, revealing that he's a robot. Knowing then that Kraven the Hunter's a robot, the rest run off. But then we see Felicia finds a little bug that's flying around, jumps up and grabs it, and just 1 second. Sorry about that, but it turns out that the bug that was ground was, well, basically a mechanical bug. As we find out that all this was done by Arcade. Yep, they were on Murder World. As it's him and the bunny or a rabbit, or I don't remember exactly what her name is. And they say it again later, but she's basically been like his assistant as they start making their way for the boat that's supposed to be at the end. But wouldn't you know it, booby trap, full of napalm as Wolverine is just completely like, ah, in the water, quick! And he just jumps right in. And then she's like, you should see yourself. I know, I know I'm pretty, but we still need to get off this rock. I'm not a big fan of swimming. You know us cats in waters. What about cats in molten lava? She jumps right in. And smart ass. All of a sudden a bunch of mechs then come right out of the sand as Wolverine starts going after them. Felicia's shooting at them, taking them out. But then she's like, I'm ready to start swimming as the second to last issue of the first mini ends with her just diving for the water. And then, hold on. Sumper's her name. We see the two are just bickering as he's just gloating. And yeah, it's very much that she's crazy about him. It's a bit of a Joker Harley, but without the abuse. As basically then they come and everything starts shaking around. They find out, yep, Wolverine and Black Cat have gone on board the ship, and Wolverine has Duff beer. Isn't that copyright? We didn't find out how they got there, as basically there, the volcano's going off. The island was volcanic. Wolverine then does his own little fastball special. He throws Felicia, showing off the fullness of her mask, up into the air as she grabs on board the chopper, gets on board, and well, just goes to town on everyone on board. Yeah, I don't know if she killed them or not. Then she takes charge. No, she throws them out. They're all alive, and she throws them out into the water. She pilots it. Of course she can. And then he basically starts to make his way up. But he misses, and she goes, and so ends the tale of the world's baddest mutant. He gets up and, well, makes his way back up. And they basically see a giant monster ready to attack. And I just love how Arcade's just talking all funny about it. Like, good old Frisbee. It cost me $3 million in Atlanta's credits to raise that sea monster and have him traded like a guard dog. And I just love how then Stumper's like, I always wanted an aquatic monster. When I was a little girl, I watched Tigman the sea monster. He was so cute. Arcade's not amused. To which then says, where you're going, there'll be plenty of monsters to play with. And, well, basically, Wolverine then gets eaten. Basically, Wolverine's going to the ringer and all this. As he then, well, just thinks about everything he's been through. And he's like, there's no way in hell I'm going to get eaten by a fish. As, of course, he cuts his way out, leaving poor guy there as he swims out. And, well, it doesn't look like he's dead, just like, Aah! As Wolverine and Felicia's all like, well, that's long enough. Wolverine's fish food. It's a shame. Just when he was trying to grow on me. Comes back out, big grin on her face, as he's going like, hey, snow cone, drop the ladder down. Oh, great, he survived. Now I hear about how he's the best at all what he does all the way home. I could pretend the fish ate him and fly off without him. Nah, he's got my scent. He'll just swim to New York and come looking for me. That might be interesting. I would like men chasing me for a change. And no, please, take your freaking time. Again, I just love the dialogue. As basically then we're seeing, Arcade and Sunbird just chit-chatting around. And he's just all like, I go to how exciting. They're playing Go Fish. I'll take 3. Now you two want revenge for playing a practical joke. How mature. You tried to kill us. Be serious. Look at my track record. I never kill anyone in a costume. I go to all the trouble and expense of creating elaborate traps. They never seem to work. Sure can kill a businessman from Ohio, but you guys always escape. Thumper, isn't constant failure punishment enough? He's bad. As we then see a bunch of, we find out then everything was fine until they find out that they're basically being chased by a bunch of military jets. Until then, and Wolverine starts to somehow communicate with Emma Frost. Even Felicia even asking, like, that's so now you're a telepath? If you have this power, why didn't you call her when we were stuck on the island? Keeps on doing it, to which he's like, what is it now, Logan? Whoa, hey Emma. Hello, Felicia. And even asks, this is the last time. By the way, Logan, she has a point. Why didn't you try to contact me earlier? I could take care of myself. Good one. And then basically they're letting them all out. With Sumper getting on a coat, Felicia takes from her, and basically they leave him on the savage land. Basically he runs off, calling her stupid, and we then cut to in a nice diner as Wolverine's taking Felicia to go eat out. Even saying like, hey, I can be classy if I want to. She pushes it a little, saying that you full body wax for me. Forget it, as he walks off. Cheeky then basically saying, hey, come on, lighten up. And he's like, I got a sense of humor. You have a sense of humor. I'm glad you agree. Again, I just love how flirty they are. As we find out, we end the first mini was Arcade being tied up by a bunch of tribals, and Thumper is there basically being like, all I'm saying is you shouldn't have called me stupid. We then get into a sketchbook as he basically explains everything, what this was all about, what the type of style he was going for, but also a little interesting thing. Originally there was going to be a plot point where we find out Wolverine gets his first gray hair, but he was told, oh, his hair isn't gray, even though it grayed in Days of Future Past, which is what he was trying to make a reference to, but what are you going to do? And, that was the end of the first part. I also love how he actually says, Black Cat is usually very busty. I wanted to downplay her bust line and concentrate more on her slinky figure. One of my key inspirations was Julie Newmar's Catwoman. Her bosom was downplayed, but she was still sexy as hell. No argument. And, there's a more traditional Felicia right there. There's Spidey, again, he was trying to go for more buggy-like. That's the end of the first miniseries, and it was, again, exciting, fun, nonsensical, but what are you going to say? It's just crazy fun. Again, be right back. Sorry about that. Now let's get into the next part, the Claws 2. The thing about this one is, it picks up immediately where they left off. Wolverine and Felicia are still out to dinner, but this time now, Felicia's turning up the charm a bit more. She says like, you don't get dinner and dessert if you don't finish your dinner. I didn't order dessert, Felicia. Play your cards right and it'll be a dessert you'll never forget. Come on, Hairball, don't make me beg. All of a sudden then, a bunch of crooks are coming in to rob the joint. One of which is wearing a Spider-Man mask, because it was all they could get. And then, of course, they're still eating out when, the robbery happens. And Felicia says, damn, I just stole this dress. Really? But, they go in for some action as it looks like Felicia have a little bit different than it did last issue. Probably tweaked a little bit so this could go in for the action. As they all just, Wolverine just goes in first. And Felicia joins in. They take out all the guys except for Spidey. As Felicia's saying, let me handle this one. Personal reasons, go right ahead. The guy just falls right off and lands on a hot dog vendor cart. My cart! Look what that spectacular moron did to my cart! I want him arrested! Sorry, I'm off duty. As now, because they saved the day, the owner is giving them the offer of a nice dinner. As Felicia then orders for some 8 grams edible gold on top of basically all the dessert. Basically that's what do you do for a half hour? Oh, Logan, use your imagination. Back in the Savage Lands, Thumper and Arcade are running from the natives. Turns out he took their jewelry from their deity's eye socket. They find a way to a weird ship that wasn't there before. And, basically the guys that stop following them, they make their way on board and find an alien woman. Her name is Siva. She basically explains herself, and they basically said she's coming here looking for people to help her out with an issue. And she has these all type of weapons she's found. Then they're able to talk her away by getting her, trying to be a good host to go get food as they're fiddling with this weird orb. Then Arcade and Thumper make it to the restaurant where Thumper gets her coats back, and kind of has a bit of a chewing out. But then when while Felicia's giving Logan a massage, the waiter comes in and tries to warn him. He gets killed, and well, they're ready for him to fight. And then Felicia puts on, well, the idiot mask. Yeah. Linsner decided to go back to, focus more on the original Felicia outfit, but then he realized we're not going to have a chance to do it, so he kind of cheats and focuses more on the cover, having her in her more traditional outfit. But yeah, she puts it on, and then we see her claws are also in there, as she then puts those on, and, well, we get a bit of a cat fight first going on, and Wolverine's dealing with dealing with Arcade. They take him down. Felicia takes the orb, and it activates and sends them away to another point in history when they're apparently in the future. They're being chased and dealing with Martians, as in War of the Worlds style Martians that they're coming for an attack. They're trying to and Wolverine fights them off. They're trying to deal with a bit more of them. Then all of a sudden help comes in the form of Raven. Yeah, Lyncher had done stuff with Raven a couple of years prior, I think a decade prior. So it was nice, and it was always been one of his favorite characters, and so we get all three of them working together. And it's basically, he kind of fills them in, they deal with some of the Martians, meet up with them, and yeah. So they can, and Felicia's given a bunch of guns that they're ready to go in for a fight, trying to figure out a way to get out of there, find someone that can help, and they figured the only place to go is where the Martians are at. So they explain their history and everything. They again a bit more flirting, as we then see some of the other women. They go for the women in this universe. Are being captured, tied up, being tortured for information. And we're introduced also to one of the villains. I keep forgetting his name, but not really important in the long scheme of things. They're still making their way through the subway. They fight off a bunch of creatures. Yeah, this one's going to be shorter because really it's a similar thing as, again, they just fight them off. Love how Felicia just jumps into Wolverine's arms. And one of the other guys gets chased off, and then, nice of your man to take one for the team. Logan says to kill Raven. Not his man, my man. Yeah, don't worry, sweetie. He's not that type of guy. They continue their way through until they come across a lake of acidic water. Wolverine, in a very clever idea that I actually like, dips his arm in there and tries to determine how long it takes before it starts to eat away. And he realizes they have about 4 minutes tops before it actually starts to do any real damage. But then he makes his way through, and he determines he knows how to get through, but tells everyone, keep your eyes shut, for obvious reasons. They make their way through, and the lady starts saying, Felicia, and tell me, is it my imagination, or is the acid in the water eat away at my clothing? I can feel it as well. No, nothing too much, just slight holes here and there. Turns out Kill Raven is stuck in there as he's fighting them off. Logan gets in there and saves him, and then all of a sudden a young girl seems to walk up. Yeah, she's a robot. She gasses them, knocking them all out. As yep, it ends. The second issue then ends with the ship they're on just taking off, for Mars. But we also find out that Siva is one of the people who's been abducted. Logan is the first to wake up, of course. Gets his way out, releases Felicia, and she kisses him right on the lips. Probably from all the adrenaline and everything. And they free everyone, including Siva, meet up with them. Felicia and the others go in to attack some of the Martians. Just starts bringing them down. And, I love how Logan, gotta admire those moves. I do. She seems crazy. I heard that, Red. They continue to fight them off. They bring the ship down. they meet up with everyone. And we see one woman flirts with Wolverine, and Felicia, seriously? What else, like, interesting. You sure are. Seriously? More of the Martian baddies come through. Wolverine just fights his way in. Again, just a bunch of actions fighting off the Martians. The whole point, that's what the whole point is. Them trying to get a chance to get out of there. Wolverine deals with the bad guy, hence why I didn't go much detail about him. That one woman lands on top of him. Oof, why are you smiling? You're hot. I have a special ability to heighten my body temperature. Yeah, that too. They get out. Wolverine's blasted. Felicia's like, it's a full-time job saving this boy. She catches him as they tumble. Nice catch, by the way. Not a word. Then they meet up. They talk with Killraven Siva. Siva explains everything about the device. This is her from a different point in time than the Siva that's in the present day. Then, they give each other 5 as they all leave. I also love this little bit. You see Siva whispering something to Logan. Comes through in just a moment as they basically... Wolverine also asks, could you send us an hour before Arcade shows up? Then they arrive. Siva's in a similar position, very similar to... In fact, Wolverine and Logan and Felicia are in the same position Arcade and Sumper were in. And Wolverine recites all the information Siva told him, including one that's whispered and causing her to blush. What it is, we never know. But then they decide to, since they know Arcade's coming, they instead just start attacking them, knocking them around, tossing a tree on an egg onto them, and it caused a pterodactyl to carry them off. As then we're seeing Siva's ready to leave. Wolverine gives her a few bits of information on who to ask for to help. I love how Wolverine's gonna check out Felicia. She's hunched over. Love this shot of Felicia. You can see a bit of a tit shot there. Then Siva takes off. Felicia's like, wait, where's she going? Wolverine said they're gonna stay there for a little while. And he says, we're in the Savage Land, and what better place than this to act like complete animals? Kisses, you really are something. And that's the end. Then in this book, there's also a bonus story that involves Killraven, as I mentioned about. As we then get a bit, and afterwards we then get a bit more detailed into everything. Even saying how they did a Clause 3, it would be a dealing with Galactus. Could Wolverine make Galactus bleed? You know what? I'd like to find out, but given how it's been 8 years, who knows? But yeah, that's the 2 books, and I love them. They're just crazy fun. Felicia's always been one of my favorite characters, and I like Wolverine. Thought the interaction was fine, and I love how in the first one there isn't that much flirting, but in the second one it's turned up all the way. Again, given how all they've been through in the first miniseries, makes a lot of sense. And Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray writing is just spot on, perfect. Again, and Lynch's artwork is both exciting, sexy, funny, all that stuff. And yeah, that's what else can I say? Tomorrow I'll get in find my proper story spotlights. It's going to be any of the ones that win. I don't know which one. Probably might be Muppets, might be Batman Predator. I'm just going to go just pick one randomly. But until then, catch you all later.